There are three field types that may be specified by the CyView Search Screen Administrator tool for each search field. Standard, this is the default, which allows for any of the 5 search options previously defined to be specified. Comment, this is used for unstructured text fields and will always be processed as an inexact field. Code, which is used for fields that have discrete known values such as states or department codes, etc., will always be processed as an OR field. Now, let's take a look at these field types in action. We're going to select a different screen for this example. Select the 3-person 60 mil comment screen. Once this has been done, it can be noted that the comment field has the search option set to inexact and is not able to be changed. Let's go ahead and enter some query criteria. First name of John, and ensure the option is inexact. Last name of Hazel, and ensure the query option is inexact. Comment of village elder, the comment text is purposely misspelled to demonstrate CyView's power over an unstructured text in exact query. Click the search button, click continue on the information dialog to execute the query. Once the query is returned, we'll be able to click on records in the results list and note the comment field in the details section of the screen. The portions of the comment field of the CyView matched against the village elder will be displayed in bold. We're going to show one more example of the comment field type. Select the 1-person 220 mil address screen. This screen has the address field defined as an unstructured text field rather than a structured query field. Note that the query option for the address field is set to inexact and cannot be changed. Enter the following criteria. Enter the last name of Paul and set the search option to exact. Enter the first name of John and ensure the search option of inexact. And finally, enter latent into the address field. Click the search button and note the addresses in the display list. Portions of the address that were considered a match to the pattern latent are displayed in bold. As with all CyView matching, the records are displayed from the most relevant matches to the least. Click the next button several times to see how the bolded matches become shorter and less relevant as you navigate down through the results. CyView comes with the ability to configure how closely the results match the search criteria for them to be displayed. This can be set by the developer at build time or by the user at runtime. Near exact, results must be extremely close to the criteria to be displayed. Near approximate, the results must be close to the criteria to be displayed. Approximate, results must be somewhat close to the criteria to be displayed. Loose, results may be somewhat far from the criteria and be displayed. Very loose, results may be very far from the criteria and be displayed. Now, let's see the match value in action. Let's run a query and show how the match value affects the displayed results. Ensure that the match threshold is set to very loose. Enter Paul for the last name. Enter John for the first name. Ensure that the search option is inexact. Enter latent for the address and set the search option to inexact. Press the search button and note the long list of results. Now, change the match threshold to near approximate. And note that only 2 records are displayed. The first address has the pattern exactly latent, and the second has the same letters but just in a different order. Finally, change the match threshold to near exact and note that only 1 record is displayed. This record most closely matches all of the query criteria entered. By this example, it can be seen that the query results can be refined through the setting of the match threshold. CyView comes with the ability to configure the search processing by setting the search depth. There are 5 valid search depths that can be set. Full, all possible search avenues will be explored, and this is the default. Standard, processing will be stopped when criteria matches by 80% or more. Moderate, 60% or more. Shallow, 40% or more. And finally, very shallow, 20% or more. Note on the example screen the expanded drop-down showing all possible values. Now we've been introduced to the concept of the search depth. Let's see this setting in action. Let's run a query and show how the search depth affects the return results. Set the match threshold to near approximate. Ensure that the search depth is set to very shallow. Enter Paul for the last name and set the search option to exact. Enter John for the first name and set the search option to inexact. And enter Leighton for the address and set the search option to inexact. Press the search button. Note that there is only 1 record displayed. This is due to the fact that processing was stopped when a highly relevant record was encountered. Since all search values were not explored, not all possible data was encountered, and the search did complete very quickly. It can be noted that the most relevant record has still been returned. Now, change the search depth to full and click the search button. Note, there are 2 records displayed. Since all search avenues were explored, the record with 359 Talon Avenue was encountered. The search did take longer to complete, but all avenues were explored. By default, CyView gives all criteria fields the same priority or weight. If desired, criteria may have their weight adjusted. To enable field weights, click the Weights button. The field weights will appear to the left of the search drop-down. By default, all the criteria fields are equally weighted, a value of 1. It can be noted in this example that the address field has a value set of 3. The criteria of Shelley was entered. Note how all the address fields that have patterns closer to Shelley are near the top of the results list, and the middle names are no longer all related to Lawrence. The field weight for address has now been increased to 20 times that of the other fields. Note the reduced set of results, and only the records with addresses very closely matching the pattern Shelley are now returned. CyView technology comes as an API. As a developer, you can incorporate this capability into your software in a matter of hours or minutes if you have had some practice. There is a downloadable white paper on our site provides some API integration code examples. As the developer, you can preset any or all of the parameters, all of the options at build time, or give the user the option to set those at runtime. In summary, CyView offers the ability to perform inexact string matches and searches, weight search criteria, search through unstructured text such as comments, the ability to use Boolean operators, not, or, and, also to provide wildcard searches, The ability to specify fields such as exact in order to anchor searches to known correct values and speed processing. Greatly reduced search or lookup times. CyView has an easily installable API in your .NET programming environment. Conclusion: CyView's powerful inexact fuzzy string matching capability, requires no specialized hardware, has a lightweight footprint, no specialized retraining is required, there is no dedicated staff, special pre-processing of existing data is not required, no updates to the existing data is required, no knowledge of the database model is required to perform inexact CyView searches. Thank you for watching our presentation. Any of our search applications may be downloaded, including the API, from our product's website. For more information or for questions, please contact us.